Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this morning. Got a great show lined up, but first our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. It's going to be a mild day. High today about 58 and low only 45, so it's going to be a little bit nicer. Our ground's still wet and damp, but it's going to be a pretty good day. Outdoors around the water, it's going to be, the water temperature dropped down to 59 degrees again, so it's hanging around there at 59. But still warmer than it was this time last year. We're going to talk about that later on in the week. But let's look at our river readings, the Apalachicola Bluntstown. Now, it may be, it's still dropping out, and it's really going to level off. It's reading this morning at 8.3, going to drop on down to 7 in a couple of days. The Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it's actually going up a little bit now, and especially after the rain we just had, it's going to be, right now, it's at 6.5, and by Wednesday, about the middle of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, going up to about 8.4. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery here on 23rd Street. Their motto is when carrying counts. Looking at today is actually February the 3rd, and we're looking at some pretty good tides today. We have a low tide at 6:27 and a high tide at 8:50. Okay, we'll get these tides to you. This month is going to be a short month, so it'll be March before you know it. But right now it's February. Our marine forecast is northeast at about 5 to 10. And I noticed right before we had that rain this weekend, the pollen is just really bad. I don't know if y'all have noticed it. I was looking on Gail's car, just solid, getting yellow already. And then, of course, that rain came and washed it out. But I just thought, it seemed like it was just a little bit early. Actually, it was in January, last of January, Sunday afternoon, and that pollen was bad. Also, yesterday's video, hope you enjoyed that. I said at the beginning, I said this is close to Eufaula, Alabama. We really don't go to Eufaula. The town, that little community is called Hurtsboro, and the Cochran Farm is right outside of Hurtsboro, Alabama. And that's a lot of farms up there, and there's a hunting plantation and all this beautiful country. We really enjoy it. Go up there every couple of years and just really enjoy those folks. And I always pass up on a lot of big deer. But they have an 8-point rule, and it seems like all I see a bunch of 6s and 7s, and I think one of them was 8, but I went and passed up on it because those kids hunt that area too. But I just enjoyed the whole trip. So hope you enjoyed that video. Let's take our break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us this morning. Got all kind of pictures to show about, well, I say all kind, all different varieties, only about 6 or 7. But let's go ahead and jump on those and take a look at those. This is the first one I get a kick out of. This is Ken Paramore doing a selfie. Ken finally got him a big buck. He's hunted hard this year, and Ken's the one on the left. But I saw some pictures later, but I just like this picture because Ken's getting that selfie in there. So good job, Ken. A nice buck up there, too. Good job. All right, next one. There's some fishing going on. And we've told you these sheepheads, and that's not a big one right now, but they're out there. But you see where they caught them out there in the past, and that's Nick Tramontano, and Nick's a good fisherman. Good job, Nick. All right, the next one. This is... Y'all know what this is. When I first looked at it, I guessed what it was just because of the eye. That is a baby blue marlin. Now that's on the fingertip, and that little blue marlin can grow to be 14 foot long. It's not unusual to be 12, 14 foot long. So I just thought that was fascinating. I wanted to pass that on to you. I don't know who caught that one, but I think they released it. But they'll show you the size of little baby fish. It's amazing how they live. Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I'll understand. And that's sort of our motto in outdoors. We want to involve as many people as we can with outdoors. We can tell them all about it if we want to, and explain it to them. But till we get them out there, let them partake in it, then that's good. I like that saying. It's great for outdoors. Okay, I showed that one the other day. I changed that. That was a good day, and. Here's one more. The best way to strengthen your child's immune system. Isn't that the truth? Just let them get outside and play in the mud. And I like that one too. So, all right, let's get back to some actual pictures. This is a little nice one. This Steve Nice Wonder is, I was going to say little boy. He's not little anymore. This Dalton Nice Wonder. He's hunting out there. I don't know if he's in a dad's stand. I think he was in dad's stand, but he's shooting out there at Merritt Brown. Good job there. Nice buck, Dalton. Nice one there. Okay. Justin Leak, last weekend a youth duck hunt. That's a good job there. I like that picture. Justin, thank you. Good job. All right, here's this is Missy Gore, 7 Point up there at Bear Creek hunting camp. They've really had a good year up there at Bear Creek. That's up off Highway 20, Maine and Calhoun County. They got a lot of land, about 15,000 acres. Okay. Here's our buddy. This is Cullen Hartzog. A lot of y'all know Cullen. He hunts outside Eufaula also. And Cullen grew up, he wasn't a big hunter and all, but once he got grown, he just fell in love with hunting. And his family, they go up there, they have a camper up there outside Eufaula. I think they stay up there at some lease land. And that's a nice buck, Cullen. Congratulations on that. Okay. This is Kyle Pridgeon. Kyle's on the right there. He's hunting with Clint Kelly at Bear Creek. That's a 9-point, 18-inch spread, and they said that buck was chasing a doe when they put on him, and good job there. Oh, here's one of my favorites. This is my son's oldest daughter. This is Maddie Chester. This was last Thursday, and she shot her first deer ever. We went on a doe hunt and had a doe tag, and she was excited. And she goes to Merritt Brown, and I got that video for the show, but that was an exciting moment for her and for all of us. And we had a group of us there. And in fact, Whitney was up there with us, and Whitney got to put the blood on her cheeks right there. So that's a good picture of mine. So that's a family member right there that we'll treasure. Okay, all right. That's all our pictures, and we'll have I appreciate y'all sending all kind of pictures, and it's just been a really good season of hunting and all. Let me real quick tell you about game camera. This past Saturday, I went up to outside of Bristol hunting with my nephew. They dog hunt up there, have for generations, and they have about 10,000 acres between Bristol and Hosford, north of Highway 20, and it's the same land we've hunted on forever. And used to be Robert Brent Management area, but now it's leased and all. And really, it's a small part of the dog hunt up there, and they really enjoy it and know the area real well. But I was going to tell you about game cameras, and I was fascinated with this. You know, we use our game cameras. Most of us, see what's going. We put our feeder out and then come back a week later and check it and we know how that works. But we were up there Saturday, and I was riding around with Matthew and his little boy Dylan, and I just enjoy the atmosphere up there and just the whole trip. I didn't even take a gun with me. I had my camera, and we'd put out on track here. But what they've done, they have some cameras spread out over that 10,000 acres, because it's hard to cover 10,000 acres. They really only have about 5 or 6 trucks Saturday. And what they'd done, they'd had cameras in areas where deer, they know the deer are going to cross. And we'd hunted that morning, and if you're a dog hunter, one of the most time-consuming things you have is, after you have a race, you're trying to find a fresh track to put out on that is just, you got to spread out and do it. Well, what they've done, they've had these cameras at the little crossroads and all, and we went and checked it at 1 o'clock, right after lunch, about 1 o'clock. Went and checked the camera, and Matthew, he was able to pull it out real quick. He said, "Look here." He just showed me a picture. A buck and a doe had crossed that crossroads at 12:45, about 15 minutes before we got there, right in the middle of the day. So we knew that was a fresh track. So you got tracks all over, but you don't know what's fresh. But we knew that was a fresh track. So we got everybody together, and we actually put out on it. But I was thinking while we were setting up and all, how technology not only has involved so many people into fishing, but also in hunting. And who would have ever guessed that you'd be checking not just tracks, but fresh tracks through a camera. And I was just fascinated with it. We put out on the buck and a doe, and of course, the dog's going to run the doe. But it was just interesting. I was just going to pass that on to you to show you the influx of the technology generation on just the outdoor activities and all. They had several other cameras set up in the areas too, where they just go by and they do it so quick. They just pull that card out, stick it in there, boom, 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 boom. And within a minute or two, they know exactly what's happened all morning. And so instead of riding around looking for tracks and all, they know that's just a big aid to a lot of those dog hunters. So I just got a kick out of that. I want to pass it on to you. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Welcome up. We've got a squirrel hunting video coming up, but first I wanted to mention this little article in here. I talk a lot about the Calhoun Liberty Journal again, and you see the headline right here: girl is in serious condition after an ATV accident. And I'm going to read this in my class too. Actually, I'm not going to read it. You see how long it is, just that whole long. But I just want to pass it on to you as parents and aunts and uncles of kids that use ATVs. And when I see accidents, I like to read and sort of see what. I've always been curious as to what caused the accident, and it could be a car wreck or whatever. And I just always, I guess, had an investigative mind. And a newspaper like this they go in there and explain. It's not like some of the little short articles read in a lot of the larger newspapers. They don't not cramp with space. So anyway, to pass it on to you. A 13-year-old girl up there in Liberty County or Calhoun County, and she was riding with her dad. She had an ATV and her dad had one, and he was ahead of her. And basically what happened, they were going back to camp, and there was no speed involved. Usually most accidents on ATVs we'll talk about are caused by speed and all, but basically what happened, I won't go into all detail, her dad was ahead of her. They're going through some woods and all. He got to camp and turned around, and you know his motor was running, and all of a sudden he turned around and she's not behind him. So he whirls around, goes, backtracks, and finds. And what had happened, the ATV had gotten into on the edge of a ditch and all, and it flipped over on top of her, and her head was submerged in water. And it was a miracle that he got back, and he was able to jump in there and get ATV off of her, and do. He knew CPR, which we all should know CPR, and performed it. Was able to save her life, but. It was just like a freak accident. So a lot of times it's not speed. A lot of times you get off on an incline, and an incline to turn it over. So just make sure those kids are careful. That dad was heads up on it. He knew something was wrong. Turned around, and he was there within a minute or two, and he saved her life. So just be careful on his ATVs. Now let's go into squirrel hunting up there off the Apalachicola River. You're going to enjoy this little video. It's a lot of fun. They didn't get a lot of squirrels, but it's our buddy. Paul Stokes and Walter and some of the kids, some of his kids, and then Emma, one of their friends, and it's good. I think you'll enjoy it. Let's go ahead and roll this, Jeff.
This one's heavier though.
It's heavier? It. All right, today we're in Liberty County, Beaver Dam State Management Area, right along the Apalachicola River, between Bristol and Chattahoochee. Hopefully we're going to redeem ourselves for the poor day we had last trip. Mason, what do you think? Think you're going to do better today?
I hope so.
So do I. We got to outdo the ladies. There you go. Almost at you. There you go. Safety. Safety. No.
still moving. Kill him. Kill him.
You see him right there?
I saw him.
There he is right there. It's right up under the stick right there. See his hair. Right there. Right there. If you just stick your hand right under that stick.
Yeah, okay. I'll be sure to do that. Did he come back?
He stepped on that log.
I name all the squirrels I kill. I'm gonna name him Pancake.
That's what you're named for.
It only took 47 bullets, so if you figure in $1.50 a shell, that's about $62 that we just spent on that squirrel. plus heartache on the two girls, hearing them squirm and scream. We're doing all we can to protect people in Bluntstown and Bristol from these squirrels that can come in and just take over. So thank Ashley and Emma, Mason, Paul.
Wait, we're saving the people from Bluntstown? Does it have gravy?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's heavy.
The arms right there. I want you to shoot that.
You slide it up.
Put it firm up to your shoulders. Be sure your eye looks all the way down the barrel. Shoot that wad of limbs up there.
That was fun.
Smell that gunpowder. Good job.
That was fun.
All right, so you have one good bullet left in there.
Action.
Did he die in the tree?
He could have. I didn't bring my squirrel cam today, which is a little remote control car that can climb up a tree and I can get it all the way off the limb and I could see it. And it actually has little grabbers that I could grab the squirrel and pull him out and then drop him to the ground.
That's cool. What if the squirrel is still alive? Could he still, like, catch it and get
Yeah,
it down to it?
sometimes it kind of turns into a fight. But at least it'll scare the squirrel out and then we have a chance to shoot it. We just don't want to shoot the camera, shoot the squirrel cam.
That's cool.
Okay, our hunt was really nice. We only killed one squirrel, but we got to see some beautiful woods and we got some good exercise walking up this big hill. We're in Liberty County and we're by the Apalachicola River. And like in the background you can see all these pretty woods and the river is right down there. So we had a good time.
Beautiful place to be.
Yes, we had a good time.
It's fun.
Hi, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. Beautiful woods up there, just really a lot of fun. So you get a chance to take a kid out. Squirrel season goes till March the 1st now, so it'll be, you still got the month of February. Dad always said that squirrels are real tough in the latter part of the year. He never did squirrel hunt back then. I always want to look for scientific research, but I believed him because I know they ate a lot of them, but he never would hunt much in February because they just shot them to eat. But anyway, let's take a look at our fishing game forecast. The brought to us by Mark Coward of Edgewater Beach Realty. The times are today are from 11:42 to 1:42. This one you need to be in those stands right in the middle of the day because they're going to be moving around. So Mark's, don't forget now the clinic is 1 week from today. Go ahead and put that on your calendar. I'm going to hope to see a lot of y'all there. I've got a lot more stuff, but I have run out of time, and we'll pick it up next couple of days. So listen, we'll want you to have a great day today. Do something outdoors and always do something good for a friend of yours or for a total stranger. And you have a great day. Enjoy yourself, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.